How you doing today, Brec?
I'm good, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing great. I absolutely love the film. I love how you transformed for this part of Margaret, and you had to go back to 1975 to do it. So, did you feel like though, if you were in that time, would you be a lot like Margaret?
Oh, golly gee. I feel like I probably would have been more of a mix between Annie and Margaret. I love fashion. I'm a little boy crazy, so definitely relate to Margaret on that side of things. But I love the outdoors, big into hiking. So I think I would have fallen in the middle.
Okay, yeah, that's a fair answer, but you do such a good job in that type of part, and it's cool too because it feels like such a real family I'm watching during this movie. Did you all hang out together to build that?
We did. So we filmed this during the pandemic. So our cast and crew was our family. That was our community in Shreveport, Louisiana, while we filmed. But I have to give so many props to Ali and Sean. I feel like they came in and they just really took that parental role on and offset. And Ali had us all over for family dinner. And the day she got there, she invited like Madison and I over to her place, and we just sat and had girl talk and talked about jewelry. And I feel like doing those things made us so comfortable and bonded on set. And I hope that reflects in the film.
Oh, for sure. And that's cool to hear that because I figured because it felt like a real family. And I'm wondering too, also part of this family is horses. So did you ever to try to ride one on set?
I didn't. Madison did all her own horse riding, which is amazing. I think she had like grown up riding horses. And like, funny enough, I'm from Texas and I've never ridden a horse. So
Wow.
that's gonna have to be on my bucket list.
Yeah. So you're more of a dog person than a horse person, is what you're saying.
Did you hear him? He
I
literally
heard
just
him.
growled and I'm like, oh my gosh, he heard horse and was like, what?
Yeah. Um, now, is it a more conscious decision on your part to do all types of genre? Like, did you set out looking for more horror to do when this came about?
I don't know if I necessarily was looking to do more horror because I actually have gotten to do quite a bit of horror, which is awesome. The thing that really drew me to this project in particular was it being based on a true story. It was my first time to kind of get to throw myself into a project like that. And I also always love the opportunity for period pieces. I think like kind of like what would I be like back in the 70s? There's a difference in how women acted in the 70s versus now, and getting to like even from the way I dress to the way I hold myself to the way I speak, like I think it's a challenge as an actor to properly portray different periods, and I love that.
Was there anything you had to shake off that you were still doing after filming was done?
Ooh, I don't think so. That's an interesting question, though. I don't think so.
It's interesting too because your biggest project's coming soon. Everyone's hyped about Final Destination Bloodlines. Is that something you always dreamed of being like a movie star, like being in that big project like that?
Of course, I think, an indie like this versus like a big feature, like it's just different. There's pros and cons to both. There's a beautiful, like, family aspect and creative aspect to Man in the White Van that sometimes can be lost with really big crews of 200 people, but then also getting to spend like more time on scenes and like getting it perfect. So there's just pros and cons to both, but there's both special in their own ways.
Yeah, no, and that's what's cool that you do all of it. I love that you're so versatile, and I'm excited for people to see this film. It's great. Watch Breck crush it in Man the White Van in theaters December 13th. Thank you so much for joining me, Breck, and I hope talking in the future one day.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you.